Alfie is a WOR race winner.
Jensen makes it 5 in a row.
Danny Bergenay wins on debut.
Shinaka returns to winning ways in WOR.
Season 12 sees a new man. It's Shadow. He is your Xbox champion.
And Jensen is the new king of PlayStation.
From the back row of the grid, against all odds, Nicholas Longy wins the title.
Goes past the safety car.
What has gone on here?
Bowman spins.
Stunning move from the Spaniard.
He's taken out Rambo. Here comes Longy.
We're going 4 wide down to turn 1.
Oh, he's taking him out.
The captain runs complete.
Sonic to the inside.
Shadow wins at Brazil. Absolutely sensational.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to WOR. We are here tonight for season number 13. It is round number 6 of the championship, and not only have we got one race, of course, being the feature race a little bit later on, we have got the sprint race to come up first and foremost here at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, the dinosaur track in Belgium. My name is James Head, going to be taking you to the stream, as always, of course, on this fine Friday evening. As you can tell by the camera, not only me in the commentary box, joining me in the commentary box tonight is Season 12 lead commentator of WOR PS. It is, of course, Mr. Otaku Logan. Logan, how you doing?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We're getting a double dose of action tonight. Well, sort of a double. It's more of a 1 1/3 dose because the sprint race is 1/3 the length of the big race, the 50% Grand Prix distance race, of course, here at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, the longest track on the calendar at 7.004 kilometers, and has been home to some of the most amazing races in sporting history. And this was actually not its original length, as we've said it many times. It used to be more than double that length, I believe, James. 15 kilometers and change?
15 kilometers and change, yeah. It is been through the ringer, quite literally, I think, in the Ardennes region, of course, that we're based here in Belgium. But 7 kilometers in length, it is the most historic track, I think, on Formula 1. Screw Monaco. Screw Monaco. I know I'm going to be outed by that in the comment section. But Belgium is one of the classic tracks, and I'm absolutely delighted, of course, and we are absolutely delighted, of course, to bringing the action out on track. For the benefit of Logan as well, I'm going to take you through the driver's standings coming into tonight. They might pop up on your screen in just a little while, but it's Rowan out on top on 81 points. DNF'd last week, caught up in an early collision last week, did Rowan in the Red Bull. Still, though, more than a race wins advantage, or nearly a race wins advantage away from Carol Filides in second on 48 points. Nemaya there in third on 46. Fun fact about Nemaya, used to be called Baraka, and I've just literally clicked on that this week coming into tonight's racing. Jensen there in fourth on 45. Absolute through by the ringer last week in Silverstone. Crashed coming into the pit lane. Frustration, I think, got the better of him that week. He is back this week, though, I can report, which is really good. And hopefully he is going to be back to his brilliant best. Belgium might just see the start of his season here tonight. Krypton there in 5th on 31. Ever the consistent driver coming into tonight's action. Denzo in 6th. Arocca in 7th, Kazizel there in 8th on 25, and then Axe in 9th on 25, and then Smalley in 10th on 24. They've got Steph, Danny, Frankie, Robbie, and Mitchie top 15. Markados is a Lion Violet, Harry, and Freddy top 20, and only because I could only fit on my stream anyways, Gil 21st on 8 points there, right down the bottom. He made his debut, of course, last week as a reserve driver in Silverstone. looking through as well the constructor standings. I'm just literally looking to the left-hand side of my screen because we're already readying up. Yeah, we're already readying up for the sprint race. So I'm going to take you through quickly the constructor standings as well. Red Bull out on top on 85, McLaren in second on 58, Ferrari in third on 50, with Aston Martin in fourth on 46, Alfa Romeo in fifth on 39, and then Mercedes in sixth on 32, Alpine in seventh on 30, Haas in eighth on 27, Williams in ninth on 17, and then AlphaTauri in 10th on the nil point. Perfectly timed as we now go straight into the track map. We'll analyse, of course, what we're going to have in terms of qualifying tonight. And it is, I think, one-shot qualifying, if I'm not mistaken. 7 kilometres though, and then 4.3 mile, 19 turns away to now our drivers. Out on track, short qualifying?
James, it is 18 minutes of qualifying. It is not a one-shot. It's never been a one-shot. No, it's never been a one-shot.
I've been in leagues and we've always had one shot.
I think it is in WOR. I'm gonna double check that. I do believe it's just a normal qualifying. I believe. I'm just gonna go through the rule books. Finally, I get a part to play in this. I've been waiting to say this.
We've had a sprint race this season, and I swear it was one-shot qualifying. I swear it was, but I might be mistaken. I might be completely mistaken. I might be making things up as we go along. Hopefully somebody in the comment section might be telling me right now, saying, James, you are literally so wrong about this. But yeah, it is the dinosaur track, as we allude to, and it is 18 minutes worth of qualifying, so I don't know what we're going on about, to be honest. Historic track, though, Logan. Last time we came here in WOR was for the social race, and unfortunately, Jensen spun coming out of Erosion Radion on his outlap, on his first lap. And I think he's going to be the first man leaving out on track now. Go on. I thought you were going to say something.
I forgot. Yes, I should mention, by the way, yes, Tom is here tonight. I believe, is this his first appearance tonight? No, it's... Yes, it is his first appearance tonight. Tom, of course, was a teammate to Jensen in Jensen's title-winning season last year, which I commentated all on. I've got to hold my... Just by the way, I've got to hold my microphone in one hand and my controller in the other. Great.
That's okay. That is okay. Tom saying, yes, it is one-shot qualifying. Jerry also getting confused, by the way, in the PSF1 chat, saying, is it not one-shot? No, Tom's saying it is 18 minutes worth of qualifying. However, regardless of that, 18 minutes worth of qualifying has begun, and Jensen is the first man out on track, of course, in the brand new Ferrari livery. It has been in the game for around a week or two now. He is the first man out on track. Luckily, got through Erosion Radion safely this time, as per the social race, where he actually crashed straight off in qualifying and was at the back of the field for that race. Jensen, Season 12 champion, you knew all about him last season, commentating on him. Hasn't had the big run of things so far. Is this the night that he can safely say that he can start his championship challenge?
Well, he's had quite some bad luck lately, seeing his results. So he's finished a first, a second, and had 3 DNFs. And Rowan has just went on to dominate them, and in fact has won 2 of the 3 races that Jensen has DNF'd in. So can Jensen get his season back on track, and maybe we could see a Rowan Jensen title race this season? That would be something to watch indeed, if we can, of course, get the season continuing. Of course, we've got a lot of roadblocks in terms of the season. Of course, we've got we've got F1 Esports, of course, clashing, and the World Cup, of course. Why? Oh, what happened?
Jensen nearly spins coming out of turn number 1. He's just started up on his lap. He got too much of the curve coming out of the source. There was a car coming out of the pit lane. Jensen does not look happy early on, just coming out of turn number 1. He is coming down the Kemmel Straight now on the run down into Lecombe. That was a huge moment, though, from Jensen. I think it's going to be around a 30 through the first sector. Yeah, 30.3. You should be 29.9s at least through the first sector there. Jensen already losing 3 or 4 tenths as a result of that mistake, all the way up, basically, from the source, all the way up towards Lecombe.
Yeah, and I should mention here at the Spa-Francorchamps, this track has went through, as went many guises over its past. The bus stop chicane's been changed a lot, cut and pasted, etc. Recently changed in 2006 for the 2007 Grand Prix, hence missed F1 in 2006. And of course this track, as I have led to...
Oh, he spins! Jensen spins! Sorry to cut you off. Coming through Campos, or just before Campos, through the Fania chicane. Jensen spins. Whatever setup is on that car, he is not liking. And I said it at the start of qualifying, this could be potentially the start of his season. I think I might just go back on those comments, because Jensen already struggling on that lap.
No, don't allude to that. We all have our mistakes. All the best have their mistakes. Maybe he's just getting it bad luck out of the way and try and find his mojo. And maybe he could, in that special Ferrari livery, turn up a storm.
Cal Felidas goes quickest. Yeah, 43 flat from and it's already bettered by Nemaya, 42.5. That is where you want to be starting off in Belgium. Mid 42s, and he just nearly spins out of turn number 1 for good measure as well. Nemaya, I can't even pronounce his name. Nemaya out on top, from Robbie there in second. Another debutant here tonight for Outplayed Racing. I think a recent signing as well to Outplayed Racing, if I'm not mistaken. And then Jerry Bussell there in third as well. Akila's on the run to the line. He's on a very good lap here, actually. Akila on the run to the line. The Tier 2 reserve, of course, back in now in the Mercedes. And he goes quickest. Krypton goes quickest with a 42.4. Wow.
By the way, can you hear me very well? I'm a bit from a distance from my mic.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Stream viewers in the chat, if you can't hear Logan, let us know in the comment section, please. But yeah, I can hear you fine.
I would just like to confirm, yes, it is an 18-minute qualifying session. It was like that in Bahrain, so it's going to be like that here in Belgium. What's the point of changing it to a one-stop qualifying when it's the same in Bahrain? So, oh dearie me, Harry, the teammate of championship leader, who I do not believe is he here tonight? I don't even think
Rowan, no, he's not.
Maya, no. I completely forgot he wasn't here tonight. Harry is coming through and he nearly had a big moment spinning around, but he did not. And he's currently approaching Longchamp now, curve called Frere, but it's invalidated. What a shame.
Yeah, he was down in the first sector as well. 30.8 in the first sector. Already knew he wasn't really pushing on that lap. And unfortunately for Harry, right down at the back of the field. Jake Marsh, a PSGL F2 driver to me, certainly, because I'm the PSGL F2 head commentator there. Jake Marsh, though, is on a lap. Of course, he'd be looking to try and return to some sort of form as per PSGL F2. So far, I don't think he's scored any points in that season so far in F2. But here in F1, in the top tier of WOR, looking quite good so far on this lap. But again, through the middle sector, don't know how that's still valid. 16.9 through the middle sector, well off the pace. He's going to be going behind Dan Streen, I think, this lap. But at least he's getting a lap time on the board. And, of course, he's got plenty of time to get onto another lap as well. Krypton out on top, then Nemaya in second, Robbie there in third. Gotta be honest, a shock top 3, I've got to say, so far.
Yeah, I've got to say, but of course it is early days yet. We've got 6 drivers yet to set a time, and of course, just being the first lap, just getting the rubber onto the tarmac, so I'm sure these times will get cut down very, very soon. Can't really see what the time left on the session is, because it's 11 minutes, because the yellow flags keep coming out, because everyone's slowing down. But yes, I only see Lars Kramer out on the track, but that's an in-lap, so no one's on a lap yet. I believe Noah and Jensen, the Ferrari boys, are coming out with their yellow suits, so they look like massive bananas. Sorry.
Banana suits, that is a good attribution, I think, towards the Ferrari team. Hopefully they don't get offended by that later on. Shazoo Academy driver, though, Noah is about to start on a lap. Jensen coming through Blanchimon. He's coming through there. Noah on the run down in towards turn 1 now. Let's take you on board then. A lap of Noah on board here at Belgium Circuit. Of course, the circuit, Paul Francorchamps. I think I got that right. Or Circuit de Spa Francorchamps, sorry. Yeah, Noah coming up the hill then in towards my favourite sector of the track. That's a Rouge, and that's Radion actually at the top of the hill, coming through turn number 3. Coming down now the Camel Straight, Dutch corner on the left-hand side, and maybe a 29.9, I'm thinking, in the first sector here from Noah. Oh, 29.9, first sector, exactly where you want to be on this lap. Now coming through Les Ormes, and now on the run down in towards Bruxelles corner, famously named, of course, after the capital of Belgium, which is, of course, Brussels. If nobody knew that, then go back to year 5 geography. No one now coming through the left-hander of Jackie X corner, or X corner to give it a short name, formerly known as No Name, and now on the run down in towards Pouhon, the most fearsome corner on the track. Coulthard and Schumacher, 1998, remember, in the full wet conditions, famously crashed. Noah coming now through in towards the Fagnes chicane, not to be confused, of course, with the Fagnes curb, I think that is at Monaco, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's a Fagnes curb at Monaco, man, I just made that up, but Noah through the middle sector. 14.4 in the middle sector is very strong indeed. I was seeing last night, I was commentating around last night in Belgium for another league. And honestly, I was seeing through the middle sectors 13.9s, 13.8s, and potentially could get that at the end of this session. Noah then getting a little bit of slipstream. That is not his teammate ahead of him. That car better get out of his way into the braking zone. He's into the back of him.
What is that?
Who on earth is that Red Bull? Is that Kaya by any chance? It's Harry.
It's Harry. And that
what
was
on
a
earth?
very dirty move. And Noah there is stopping, don't know what to do. He's in a trance right now. I cannot believe that's happened to him. That was a stonking lap up to that point. And then it got ruined by some rogue Red Bull car. And I don't know what else to say.
Such a shame. Such a shame. Obviously, Harry. Obviously, Harry, yeah, Jensen goes second, 42.5, so good lap there from him. Harry, though, has gone on for a lap. I think he might have rear wing damage potentially as a result of that collision, but famous moment back in 2010 around here. Vettel, of course, famously spun. I think he got collected either by Button or Hamilton. Harry, though, through the first sector, if he's got rear wing damage, not showing it. 29.7 in the first sector from the FER, man. And I think, honestly, he's got parts of that Ferrari and parts of that car I don't think we'd want to see on the camera angle, to be honest, as Harry now comes through the left-hander of X corner on the run down in towards Pouhon. So far, looking like a good lap, but the repercussions of that incident. Check your wing mirrors. Just check your wing mirrors in real life while driving a car. And unfortunately for him, didn't check them.
Yeah, and that's a slam. I'm saying to be armchair steward here, but that's a slam dunk quali ban for next week. You can't.
Oh, and I'm migrating host. I don't know what's going on.
Oh no, I'm not liking this.
What on earth has just happened?
Everyone's leaving the session, I think.
Not enough players remaining to start the session.
Yeah, I think there's been a glitch.
No.
I think all the drivers are getting kicked out of the session. Yeah, Kaya, Jake Marsh. I think we're going to have to do a full course restart. So it looks like Harry is actually going to be spared of a qualifying ban. What a jammy git.
For now.
For now.
For now.
Yeah, everyone's getting thrown out of the session. I think we're going to have to do a restart.
Unless it's us. I think it might be us, actually, potentially.
Is it?
Looking in the chat, there's nothing coming through. Nothing coming through on our end.
I'm not in the chat, so I shouldn't. Oh.
I am going to quickly restart my game. I have got an invite from Dan, which is good. Oh, I can't. This invitation can no longer be used, apparently.
I think the game's broken. It has to be, surely.
I know why. There's a system software update that I've just witnessed on my PS4, which I've just noticed. It was supposed to be done yesterday, but it's there. Weird. What on earth has happened there?
At this time? That can't be right. If it happened to me, it happened to me too. And I've got nothing.
Is it a server issue, potentially? PSN issue?
Maybe. I haven't got any link to Tier 1, so you're going to have to help me here.
I haven't either. I'm trying to see what's going on in the chat. Nobody is putting in the chat about anything. We have got literally no control. I have got certainly no control at this moment in time over what's just happened. Yeah.
Why does that have to happen now?
Really strange. That's the first time. I thought it was my internet, to be honest. Discord disconnected. Yeah, Discord disconnected. My OBS then restarted, and then everything's just gone down. Not sure if everything's linked, but there.
So you have... That's weird. I've never seen that.
Here we go. People are now typing in the chat. Dan Spreen saying, restart before sprint as I disconnected and don't know what the game will do. So it looks like we are restarting before the sprints. That means I think we're getting a full qualifying session again. So, only
Now,
fair, I think.
I want to make sure, is the stream still on?
Mm-hmm. We're still live. We're still live. I've got us on the driver standings at this moment in time. But yeah, everyone has been disconnected by the looks. Everyone's now filtering through in the chat. Potentially, Jensen has said, I'd get a different host in my opinion. So that potentially could be why. If it's Dan's Wi-Fi, I don't think it is. But if it's Dan Wi-Fi, then obviously we will get a different host though. We've been reported back. So we will get a different host for tonight.
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're live. We're still live. We're fine.
Buy F1 Manager. Buy this.
Yeah, Dan's just put out a message in the Tier 1 chat just to update everyone on Discord that restart before sprint race. So, restart before sprint race. Cowfelius now can't join. He can't exit the session either. Yeah, that session he was in.
I think we should do a full reset, I'd say. I think it's not fair on him. And not fair on anyone either, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because you won't see this action either. The fans won't see it.
Well, put it this way, you don't see it in F1 esports, do you? Just happens.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You see the qualifying in esports now. See it in the afternoon.
Yeah, but you don't see
it.
Yeah, but you don't see glitches like this. It's live, this. We are live, not F1 esports, which obviously is land-based. We are Wi-Fi based. We are across the international zones, across the world. And
no, it's not land-based. They're doing it. They're still doing it remotely this year. I don't know why. COVID's gone and done.
Yeah, I mean, if Strictly Come Dancing can have a non-socially distanced competition, then so can F1 esports.
Considering a lot of Strictly professionals are abroad, like I don't know, Russia, but we can't say Russia now. And that's the only time we'll talk about Russia tonight. We used to talk about Russia in F1 2021, but stuff happened, so we can't. But anyways, yeah, we haven't got any invites yet, have we, James?
No.
Oh,
no, it's just gone all quiet in the chat now as well. I think there is going to be a new lobby host. I would presume, normally when this happens, Jensen is normally host or Krypton is normally host. I've seen Krypton host the F2. Tonight. Yeah, Krypton hosted the PSGL F2 lobby, so potentially we're going to get him in to be roped in as our host tonight. If not, then it'll be Jensen. If not, I don't know what is going to happen if that is the case. So, honestly, yeah, I don't know what is going on. Alder, bless him in the chat there, putting his usual comments in. Good evening to Alder. Good evening to everyone that is tuning in.
Hey,
16 viewers who are currently watching driver standings and constructor standings. Not great.
Oh, it's not all. I thought it was Matthew Alder, sorry.
Oh, Matthew Alder, no. No. Well, we haven't got Matthew Alder here. Unfortunately not, we haven't. But, yeah. I will try and see if I can get back in, because I think we've all been kicked out of that session. I can't... And in fact, yeah, I've got no invites whatsoever, apart from that one 35 minutes ago, which I can't even use.
I can't even get into the Discord chat. It's just...
You haven't got the roles. You haven't got the roles, that's why. Hang on, I can invite you, I think. Hang on.
Yeah, go on.
Can I invite you? Right, I've sent you an invite, apparently, on Discord to Tier 1 chat, so hopefully you can get in if that is the case. Oh, dear me.
No, it just gets me back into the welcome section.
Oh, the WOR. Oh, so it's for the actual server itself. What stupid Discord. Why have you put a feature in like that?
Oh, Discord bad. Anyway,
I know.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is happening. In my opinion, we just start again, in my opinion. But no, apparently not.
No, we have to keep on going. By the way, thank you to, I think it's Luke that does the Twitter in the background. I think he is to blame for all of this. He has put that tweet out, and no sooner he put that tweet out, we've gone down. So thanks, Luke. Thanks very much for that. But yeah, we can't really do anything. Unfortunately, I haven't got any invites just yet. I don't know what's going on in the chat. But there has been.
Right?
Yeah, there's been no messages put in, so I'm not sure what is going on. I think there must be a private chat somewhere being discussed. But yeah, I've got no invite. I'm not sure if I'm being shown online or anything. Don't really know. Until then, though. Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, in good news, F1's new Las Vegas track is already dug into the ground. They're getting on to work for it right now. Brilliant.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that video a little bit earlier on. Getting dug in. It's the groundbreaking ceremony, I think they call it over there in America. And to be honest, it looks like it's over the track. Lead is saying he can't join. Not even the spectators are in the lobby. No live, no correct settings, no correct host. And that is
yeah, this is not what we wanted to sign up. It's very sad.
Yeah, we can't.
Oh. Sorry. Hello.
Oh, hang on. What's going on?
I am in.
Dan.
Can one of you host?
Yeah, Dan has asked if we can host.
Games?
I can, but I don't have the settings. I've got a set base of settings that I can probably use, and if it's anything like WOR, it's probably along the same line. So I could host, but that will take me, I think, on collision course with my Wi-Fi.
This is just sad. This is like watching a funeral.
Good evening to random person, by the way, that is in the chat. Hope you're doing well. I think I know who that might be. I've seen him in...
A random person?
Yeah, it's a random person, but I know him. I think it's Charlie, if I'm not mistaken, from FRL. But, oh, I've just received an invite from Jensen!
Oh, thank you, Jensen.
Just received an invite from Jensen. There we go. So, Jensen...
Can I get an invite too?
Yep, I will invite you in. This is live. This is live television, everyone.
Come to Belgium, please. Come to Belgium, please. And not Brazil. That's the meme referencing. Brazil, please.
Yeah, looking through what's going on in the chat, people are saying Harry's asking, "Are we restarting the session?" Yes, we are. We are restarting it fully, I think.
How are you restarting the session? That's not a surprise because what happened.
Charlie,
you know.
Oh, Charlie's now popped in the chat and on his other account and said, yes, it is Charlie. So, see, I know. I might be thick-headed sometimes, but I know.
You're not thick-headed. Charlie and I are watching F1 Esports.
Right, there we go. I'm in Jensen's lobby. Dan Spreen is currently in, and I'm going to get you in as well.
Also, it's a new lobby, yes?
Yep, brand new lobby, brand new settings.
Fantastic.
I've just typed in Otaku on your PSN. Apologies. I'll probably be inviting like 400 random Otakus to just on a session of a game that they probably don't have.
And then they'll just race in anime-themed liveries. There's a spider in my room. How wonderful.
Spider in your room. Looking through... no way we can recreate the same weather, says Tom. So maybe, looking through the chat here, there was a threat of rain, potentially, in the race. So, yeah, I think...
Spider.
Joseph, you were, by the way, in the chat with the popcorn emoji. Yeah, sit tight. Wait for that popcorn to come to you, my friend. Because, yeah, we are literally sitting in the lobby. I'm sitting in the lobby at the minute with 2 people who are driving. And then all the invites have still got to go out. And then, obviously... here we go. Jake said in the chat, in the Discord chat, sprint was dry. The race was inters maybe to start off with, then dry pretty early. That's what the track temperature indicated, I think.
Red.
Jensen's saying also that the sprint was also dry to wet.
Oh, boy. 8 laps. I've not got an invite yet.
I've invited you.
Have you?
Yeah, I've invited you. Maybe restart your game. Definitely, I hope I've invited the right Otaku Logan.
I think you might have invited the wrong one. Otaku Logan 2017 is what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's the one I invited.
Right, I'm in now. It doesn't matter.
There we go. Yeah, I'll give you another invite just in case.
Stupid fly. It's not a spider, it's a fly.
Monix, by the way, in the chat supporting Robbie. Good, good to hear that you are supporting the drivers, of course, out on track. Apologies, by the way, I have not got. Unless you want to see. Oh, that doesn't work. Unless you want to see when I come on. There we go. Me in the chat. You can now. You can see me on the camera, so that's probably better than having driver standings in your face for the last 10 minutes or so, or however long we've been on this break for. But yeah, unforced break. Lobby literally just broke in front of our eyes. We didn't have another invite in. Jensen has managed to save the day, though, and thank goodness we're going to be getting going. And it looks like, actually, I'm just looking, qualifying is currently set off. Not sure.
I think we're going to be using the grid
from sprint, which will make sense because it'll save a bit of time as well.
It'll save us 18 minutes of our time.
It will, but 18 minutes probably has just been taken off us by this restart that we're having, unfortunately. Oh, you can't write it. Yeah. Codemasters in their games, you cannot write the script sometimes out on track, and certainly off track as well. Charlie saying, I was about to say, James, think you were in the basement. No, unfortunately, I'm not in the basement. I'm in my bedroom, as you can probably tell. My lovely bed behind me. I could give you a room tour, but that's probably defeating the object. Don't want people to see what's behind me, to be honest, either. But there we go. You can see my face, which is the more important thing. 16 drivers currently in the lobby. In fact, I'll take you to the lobby now. There is the lobby at this moment in time. And yeah, we've got qualifying off 8 laps for sprint and 22 laps for the feature race. We're only waiting on 2 more drivers potentially to join.
3
more.
3 drivers.
We've got 16. I thought it was 18 then. Well, no, oh no, there was 19. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm ill. I
mean, it could have been worse. It could have been Kim Jong ill.
Dan Spreen has also said in the chat that invites are out. Please say if you don't have one yet. So invites are out. But we have got, I think, majority of everyone in. And I'm just looking through the settings.
A mess, though, isn't it? It's just, we didn't see all of qualifying. I know it's 6 minutes, but it's still a lot of time.
Yeah, 6 minutes. But I think in all fairness, I think we'd probably rather see, and just to obviously save a bit of time as well, I think we'd rather see spring qualifying. And actually, without qualifying, I've just clicked on, it's going to be a random grid. So anybody could be anywhere, potentially. That's what the settings are saying at the minute on the left-hand side.
Fair. Well, tell them that's not right. Tell them that should be the grid order.
And I have just been informed as well. We've got Rudy joining us tonight as well.
Oh, God. So we are going to have to go for random.
Yeah, we've got Rudy.
Not fair.
We've got Rudy joining, and I think we're going to be on a full grid as well. So that is going to be entertaining. We're missing Namaya apparently, or Baraka to give his full name. There we go. He's in.
20.
Yeah, he's in. Rudy's in. And we are pretty much then, I think, good to go. I'm not sure what's going to happen. This is all new to me and to be a while.
It can't be a random grid, surely not.
One shot, surely. Gotta be.
One shot at best.
Oh, if it's short
qualifying on my end now.
Yeah, if it's short qualifying, everyone can see the stream, by the way, in the lobby, so they can see, obviously, the updated settings as they go. We have literally got, at the minute, qualifying off. Not sure if it's going to be set to short qualifying, not sure if it's going to be set to one shot. Normally, but judging what I was saying, or seeing from Dan, I think it's going to be a full short qualifying session again, 18 minutes.
Yeah. The lack of communication is absolutely frustrating.
It is. That's why, unfortunately, Logan doesn't have an invite into the actual thing.
What? They could have asked me. They could have. I did ask them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I am trying to do my job here.
We have got more comments coming in, by the way, in the stream. Good evening, by the way, to everyone that is still tuning in to us muttering away for the last 20 minutes or so and trying to get this race started. Jake Marsh in the chat saying we still did a qualifying with grid order. No, Potentially, it could be the grid order that's set, obviously, when the lobby broke. So I think it could be when, I think it was about 6-7 minutes from the end of the session when it broke. So we could take the grid order from that. If that is the case, then fair play. Charlie's saying as well, random grid, or heck no, WOR, what is this? I'm literally saying it could be a random grid. I didn't say it will be a random grid. So let's just get that out right.
I'd just like to inform everyone, we did not hire Michael Massey, so it's not going to be a random grid.
No, not going to be a random grid. Looking through, Jensen has told everyone to go. So I think we are going with a grid order from halfway in qualifying, or 3/4 the way through qualifying. And to be honest, it's got its pros and cons. I'm more on the con side, to be honest.
I just want to mention, did they finish the session entirely?
They must have. They must have finished the session entirely. We got kicked out 6 minutes from the end of the session. So we in that 6 minutes. Yeah, and there was no chat messages coming through. Robbie's saying we did. Robbie's saying we did do the full quali. Yeah. Robbie said we're doing we did the full quali. Now it's the sprint.
Okay.
There we go. We're back on track. So, goodness knows, that order that we saw 6 minutes from the end of the session could be entirely different now. This is going to be new to us.
And they could have told us this, to be fair.
It's drivers at the end of the day. It's drivers. Marcel Oldstadt, by the way, in the chat saying, how can I drive in WOR? I think sign-ups are closed currently, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, sign-ups are closed, I think, at this stage. I think they are. I hope they are. But I have to wait and see. And, look at the conditions out on track. It's very, very cloudy for this early race. Jake Marsh is going on to a set of mediums. So that, yeah, it is dry. Jake Marsh going on a set of mediums, presuming that it is going to be, obviously, a no-stop race. It probably will be a no-stop race as well. It is not mandatory, obviously, for the drivers to join. But we have got no formation lap as well. So this is going to be pedal to the metal, go, 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 go stuff in 20 seconds' time. Unfortunately, not trading George Morgan's trademark there.
Yeah, that's a trademark. Stop it right now.
I'm going to use...
Away we go is good enough. That's not trademark because Crofty wasn't the first one to say it. Ben Edwards said it before him. Anyway, here we go. Here's the grid. Boom!
And here we go. 5 red lights about to go out then for the sprint race for round number 6 of the championship. It's a sprint race in Belgium. And it is... lights out and away we go, and Harry leads the way off the line. Tom there in second, Jerry there in third. We'll try and run through the full grid if we can. But on the run down in towards turn 1, Tom around the outside tries to get Harry, but Harry leads through turn number 1. Tom there in second, Jerry there in third, and Tom has actually got a really good traction out of turn number 1 and leads out of the source on the run down in towards the Rouge Radion. Tom is through and he's into the lead. Harry there in second, Jerry there in third, with Robbie there in fourth. Everyone, I think, through the first half of the field at least is through a Rouge safely, apart from Tim, who was round in the background. So Tim is round, and Harry going side by side as well, and it's nearly forward press, and here comes Jerry on the back of Tom in toward the Lecombe. Tom all the way around the outside of Lecombe trying to get the job done on Harry. Going to be squeezed out of it, I think, and now Jerry on the inside line. Don't know what's happening with my UI. Apologies about that. Jerry on the inside line of Tom, maybe getting the move done, and Tom absolutely waltzes around the outside once again, tries to get the job done. Harry through and he's into the lead. Jerry there in second, Tom there in third, Robbie there in fourth, Kaya there in fifth. All mixed grid, all on a sort of medium compound size as well. Harry, though, leads. Jerry in second, Tom in third, and Tom in the end squeezed out of it by a brilliant move from Jerry.
Yeah, so it looks like everyone on the medium tyres right now. Harry has kept his lead. Of course, he had an incident in qualifying earlier on. Unfortunately, we can't give any grid penalties if it was him at fault, but he does lead ahead of Jerry, who's gained 1 position, and Tom has lost 1, obviously, and we've got an incident, and that is Tim again, and that just makes his sprint even worse. It looks like he may be starting from the back for the Grand Prix. As we look down further down the order, Smalley Balls has made up 3 positions. Jensen, the Titan he is, goes up 3 position, and what have we got here, James?
Namai, I thought, was going to dive it down the inside line of a rocker, but he hasn't. And Jensen was trying to move on Denzel as well at the final corner. It still could be side by side across the line. And the Mercedes is spun, and that's Krypton round. Krypton is round in the background through the bus stop. Absolute Constantina. Do not know what happened there. I think there was a frame rate drop, in fact, in all of that as well. And unfortunately, Krypton right down the back of the field. Cowfleet's don't know what's going on. I think they're all having to give back illegal positions, potentially. Jerry, though, on the back of Harry, of course. DRS is going to be enabled next time around. Tim is going to retire, I think, in the pit lane. He does indeed. And Jerry right on the back, coming down in towards Lecom. Here comes Jerry on the back of Harry to the inside line in towards Lecom. The Alfa Romeo on the Red Bull now, side by side. The Red Bull on the inside line of Lecom. But I think Jerry's got this one. He has indeed. He waltzes around the outside, and Jerry is through, and he's into the lead. Rudy there's got a 3-second penalty. Cowfleet's as well. 3-second penalty for him, I think. Jerry though leads. Harry in second. Tom in third. And TF Jerry, take your hat off to him. 2 great moves so far in the first 2 laps, and he leads the way here in Belgium.
Jerry is well ahead, and Tomcat obviously still well behind, just like the old cartoons, eh? Had to throw it in, and Harry right in the middle of it. As we make our way, I just want to mention all the drivers on mediums. I think it is the safe bet, considering you're probably going to stay out the entire race. The soft might get going off the cliff at the final lap, but it looks like it's just a nice little order. We did have a bit of a free-for-all.
Oh my goodness me, Robbie has a huge moment coming out of Stavelo. Robbie caught the inside curve coming through Stavelo. He's lost the position to Kaya as a result. That was nearly in the wall sort of stuff, quite literally there from Robbie. On the back still of Kaya, in toward the bus stop. Not going to send this down the inside line. Yeah, fair play to him. Leaves that position, and Kaya through, and he's into fourth. After a mistake by Robbie, as Rudy is out of the session, coming through Blanchimont.
Yeah, he's out of the session. It's a safety car, I think.
VSC. Oh! And Robbie's into the back of Tom! Robbie into the back of Tom. Sorry, Kaya was crashed. Kaya's the one that has crashed. Robbie's gone into the back of Kaya. I did not see what happened there. Full front wing got off the car of Robbie. And that should be a full safety car, indeed it is. Full safety car out on track. Robbie into the back of Kaya. I think Kaya was broke a little bit too early.
Robbie's lost his entire front wing, and 5-second penalty for Denzo for ignoring yellow flag.
Well,
Robbie has also got a penalty for ignoring, for a collision, and he's also going to have to get a new front wing in addition to serving his penalty in the pits. And new tyres, he'll probably have to go and soft this week.
And everyone in behind as well has to sit and suffer because Robbie has got no front wing, they can't overtake, they're all on a delta, can't overtake. These potentially, Aroka, Namaya, Lars, potentially could be absolutely, and I'm just going to use this word, screwed.
Well, to be fair, I wish there was some gentleman's agreement where if someone has damage, they just let the entire field go through them. But no, not such thing exists in the game. But I'm sure if we had a more gentlemanly sport in Formula 1, then I probably think that would be the case. But apparently not, because, well, there's lots of money on the line, you see. But it's talking about this, yeah, this is a horrible situation for Robbie. He's going to have to come back into the pits again. This is the longest track in the sport, so he had to do that entire thing to get the pit. So if he gets there, fair play to him, and he's right behind Jensen. So I don't think the rest of the pack are going to be affected too much. If they choose to pit, they might, it'll be interesting. Probably not.
Nah,
but, Jerry, see him coming up front, James?
Yeah, I was just saying there, I don't think they will come in the pit lane. You watch, the whole field's going to come in now and score a soft competitor tyre.
Nope.
No, they don't. Jerry, Harry, Tom, Denzel, Jensen all continue on, and I think it's only going to be Robbie in the pit lane. Maybe somebody further down the field is going to pit in. The likes maybe of Jake Marsh into the pit lane. So the soft competitor tyres may as well. He's got a pace disadvantage compared to everyone else. By the way, the sun is now out on the track as well, so don't think we're going to get any wet weather in the sprint. But Jake Marsh, in fact, into front wing change, I think it was his right side end plate off the car, so that is why he's in. Set of softs on, and Krypton also into the pit lane. And look at that, Krypton has been done dirty by his teammate. Mechanics are now ready for him, and now he's going onto a set of soft companion tyre, and he himself, I think, is just going to change the tyres here. And indeed he does, so set of softs on for him, and Dan Screen also into the pit lane for a set of soft companion tyres. Not too bad strategies, but then again, they've got 13 drivers to try and get through, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and especially being a sprint, they need these positions. I should mention, yeah, double stack, but at least they're right at the back anyway, so not too much lost and a lot to gain. So, probably going to get underway after this lap. The next lap, sorry. So we only have 3 laps of racing in the sprint. I cannot imagine a safety car being in a sprint. At least all the pack is bad anyway, so yeah, no one's losing anything.
It could be worse. We had a sprint race around here. Was it? Oh no, it was in Azerbaijan. We had a sprint race in Azerbaijan for TML, which is one of the leagues that I cover on a Thursday. And we only got 3 laps worth of racing in that sprint race out of 9 full laps. And we spent 6 laps under the safety car. So, it can be done.
That's Michael Massey's wet dream right there.
Michael Massey was in that chat as well.
Wait, what?
I'm saying Michael Massey was in the chat. Safety car's in this lap, though. Safety car in this lap, so
right,
clearly...
we're getting more than...
Yeah, Jerry now the virtual Burt Malander, he's now the virtual safety car. Harry there in second, tucked underneath that rear wing. And if he's not careful, he will go into the back of Jerry. And I hope he doesn't, because he's already in enough trouble, I think, from qualifying.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a slam dunk penalty.
Terrible.
Yeah, here we go then. We've got 4 rogue red runners on the back and 13 medium tyre runners. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at the back, but we're going to have our focus on the front here. And
Jensen's spun. Jensen has just gone off the track. I've just witnessed that. Jensen has spun underneath the virtual safety car.
The safety car.
The safety car, yeah, the safety car restart. Jensen is back through and he's into 5th though, and we're back underway. It's Jerry that leads the way. Harry there in 2nd, Tom in 3rd. Of course, they can't overtake until they get to the safety car line, which is the start-finish line. Jerry, though, already a second clear, has absolutely blitzed away from Harry on the restart. Tom on the back of him in towards turn number 1. Not going to be any moves in towards the source, I don't think. Further down the field, Aquila has already lost a position, I think, to Robbie. So Robbie's through and he's into 14th. Cleared down to 15th. In fact, Aquila's lost 2 positions at the start. My apologies. Tom on the back, though, of Harry, running through Arouge. On the top of the hill now through Radion. And now down the Kemmel straight. All on 100% EOS, pretty much. Tom on the back of Harry, not going to get close enough, and in fact, I think they're all just going to run side by side, and in fact, a lot of weaving, partaking down the straight as Robbie's on the back of Dan.
And Kryptonite, Dan, Spreen, and the rest of the gang already making their moves. In fact, actually, they're having moves with each other. Aquila losing a couple of positions, as you said already, and Jake Marsh is just lagging behind, trying to get past them, but nothing can do. But yes, they're already making their way up. They've got 1 driver. Next up will be Noah on the Ferrari in mediums, with Robbie leading the soft train. And I don't think he's going to get a chance to make a move yet. Denzel's got another penalty. It's just not going his way tonight. And my goodness, Robbie right at the back as we see what's going on at the front. Robbie, I'm just going to say off camera, is not past Noah yet. And Carfulla is just up ahead as well. Greek driver, 2nd in the standings right now. Long way away from our leader, who is not here tonight, which is a Dutch driver in a Red Bull named Warren. Wonder whether I've seen that before, a Dutch driver in a Red Bull leading the championship.
Yeah, Robbie on the back though of Noah is looking very interesting. He might get a slingshot potentially off Launchron into the bus stop chicane. I saw this with Yaron on Wednesday in EML Premier, and Robbie sends it to the inside line. That is late on the brakes, and that is a fantastic move. There's contact in the back, and Dan's screen has just gone cascading into the back there of Noah, I think, or Krypton, one of the two. He's just gone cascading into the back. Robbie through though, and he's into 12th. That was absolutely picture perfect on the brakes, and if you are wanting a role model out of tonight in WOR, that is your role model there. Robbie, beautiful move, clean sailing, maybe one of the best and cleanest moves I think I've seen around Belgium in my league racing career.
You took the words right out of my mouth, James. You certainly did. Robbie now making his way up. This is crucial because this is determining where he will start in the actual race. Of course, there is points awarded to the top 8, but I'm not sure if he's going to get that. You never know, he might actually. 3 laps to go here in the sprint. 8 points for the winner, 7 for 2nd, 3rd, and so on. Down to 1 for 8th. Sliding scale. Not totally perfect, but, you know, it's better than nothing. It does scale out correctly. We're doing 1/3. 1/3 of 8 is like 20. 25 is like 8. But yes, it makes sense. It is 8 points for
Robbie,
tonight, and Robbie, my goodness!
Trying to go around the outside of Pouon. I think he was slightly off track in that. Karofilidis, though, the Greek man who's 2nd in the championship, has got a right rash on his backside, quite literally. The McLaren is under pressure here from the Haas, and it's just about time that Robbie's going to get this move done. Maybe even in towards Blanchimont, and that is how serious it is as Noah is out of the race, coming through Stavolo. Not sure if that's going to be a safety car. I don't think it will be. A huge crash there from Noah. Yeah, it's 2 laps on the end. I don't think we're getting a safety car. Here comes Robbie again. Not 2 for 1, surely. This time around the outside of Kauflides, though, parks it in the middle of the track and holds on to 11th for now. DRS now enabled, penultimate lap of the race, and Robbie actually out of the final corner, coming through the bus stop on the run towards turn 1 at the source, trying to get this job done. The Haas on the back of the McLaren. Not close enough, doesn't want to risk it.
Doesn't want to risk it indeed. Robbie right behind Kauflides now. This is just going very well for him, and can't really say the same for the other soft runners. Dan Screen, Jake Martin, Kryptonite lagging behind. Robbie is already making his move. Now
here comes Nemaya. Nemaya on the back of a rocker more immediately. I think there's going to be the move, and Nemaya's through and he's into 6th. That was easily down the inside line. A rocker didn't want to defend that. Robbie on the back of Kauflides is still staying as they are in that move. But Nemaya got a really good run out of a Rouge and Radion up the hill, coming down in towards Lecombe. Job done, through and he's into 6th and chasing down his old PSGL title rival Jensen, who has a huge mistake coming out of Bruxelles.
Oh dear, that's not what you want to do, Jensen. This is the reigning champion we're talking about. He's trying to find his mojo, but he isn't getting anywhere. 5th place is only 4 points. It's not really what he wants to win is the actual race himself, obviously. But yeah, if you want some points to sprint to get you further up the grid, and he's just still stuck in 5th, and he's really stuck in 5th. He keeps making more mistakes like that, James.
Yep, Kauflides still under pressure from Robbie further down the field. It's the closest battle I think we've got out on track. Pedro Silva, by the way, the GTZ man for the GTZ Bulls team, doing a good job there in 10th. I believe he's a Tier 2 driver. He is doing a phenomenal job on his debut here in Tier 1 and should be watched out for, I think, certainly in the race. Robbie again on the back of Kauflides in towards the bus stop. I don't think he's going to go for it on the brakes. On Kauflides, in fact, makes a mistake. Nearly into the bus stop, and now Robbie's got a chance for the up and under, but he catches the curve, and that's not going to get him, and he spins, and now Jake Marsh has done exactly the same thing and behind, so luckily keeps that position. But I think more immediately, though, Logan, is Tom on the back of Harry for 2nd.
Oh boy, he is looking for it. This is the teammate of our champion last year, Jensen.
Oh, this is easy.
Williams, not an Aston Martin. Oh, he's making this look very easy. What is going on with Harry? He's just pretty much let him through. That is the easiest move.
Jensen as well. Jensen to the inside line of Denzo. So far back on the brakes. Beautiful move by Jensen. That's why he's the Season 12 champion. Jensen through and he's into 4th. Denzel there through and he's into 5th. But Tom through. I don't know if he got shot out of a cannon in terms of that. That was superb from Tom. Absolutely overtaking Harry. Harry clearly going for cornering setup rather than straight line speed. Tom being the opposite. He is through and he's into 2nd. And landed himself on the front row of the grid, of course, for the feature races. Denzel still on the back of Jensen coming through P1. We are on the final lap, by the way, of this sprint race. In what has been, I've got to say, in the racing that we did get, very entertaining racing. Not really much contact, and hopefully that will progress through to the 22 laps in Belgium. That are coming up very soon indeed. But Jerry, in the meantime, coming through Stavolo for the final time. He has looked quite imperious so far in the sprint race. Whether that form can continue on in the feature will remain to be seen. As Robbie, again on the back of Kauflides. You can watch that battle, or watch the leader as we come now through Blanchimont on the road toward the bus stop chicane. Jerry through the final corner. Talent Factory going to get yet another win here in WOR. This time it's for Jerry on the run to the line. Jerry wins in Belgium at the sprint. Tom sets the fastest lap of the race. Goodness knows what another lap would have done. In the end, Denzo all the way down the field. He's going to drop miles down. In fact, out of a point, down to 13th. 13th for Denzo. Dan Screen to the line is going to finish in 16th. I think he might have jumped ahead actually into 15th there. But great racing in terms of the final couple of laps there. After that safety car restart, Dan 15th in the end, but Jerry out on top in the sprint. Smalley gets driver of the day awarded by the in-game fans.
Yes, 8 seconds of penalties for Denzo. You do not want the penalties in this race. So there's the results. You can see 8 points for Jerry, 7 for Tom, Harry getting 6. Jason getting 5, Nehemiah getting 4, Rocker 3, Lars Kramer 2, Volleyball's 1. We've got some points on the board, but this is just the start. The Grand Prix is where the real points are. 102 points, in fact, we're going to be awarding to 10 drivers total, the top driver getting 25, so it's possible for actually 101. We don't get the fastest lap here in WOR. So, as we've said, do we have fastest lap in WOR actually?
Yes, but I think it's only in the top 10, I think.
I don't see fastest lap points awarded anywhere, in all honesty. Oh well, 101 points, of course, 10 drivers, the top driver getting 25, possibly to get 33 points in the weekend total. So Jerry has a good chance of getting the maximum here if he can stay in front. But now it's time for the Grand Prix itself. Are you ready for 22 more laps of action, James? Can your heart take it?
My heart can definitely take it, and probably a little bit more, I think, in terms of 22 laps around here in Belgium. Jerry out on top, though. He looked imperious, I've got to say, in that sprint race. Tom there alongside him. One more lap, I think, Tom probably would have got him. He is the one to watch from the front row of the grid. He went around the outside of turn number 1 on Jerry through turn number 1 in the sprint race. Can he do the same thing from the same position out on track? You will wait and see in 15 seconds' time. Beautiful blue skies and sunshine so far. I'm not sure if we're going to get any rain towards the end of the race, as was per the weather forecast in the original lobby. But we're about to get going here once again. The 500 lights are about to come on here for what is the feature race here in Belgium. Jerry on the front row of the grid, Tom alongside him. All 500 lights are on, and it is lights down, away we go, and Tom gets a really good start off the line. He's going to be past Jerry, possibly in towards turn number 1, and already holds the lead in towards turn 1. Jerry forces the inside line, though, coming through the source. Red Bull and Ferrari side by side as well, but this time Jerry shuts the door and gets the lead of the race. Red Bull wide on the back, and Kaya right down the back of the field. 3 wide, though, coming down in towards Rouge and Radion. In fact, Tom is trying to go for the lead through Rouge and Radion, coming through there. Nearly thrown off the dirty air. Really good start by all. Jerry leads the way. Tom in second, but now down the Camel Straight. Here comes Tom on the back of Jerry. Harry now on the back as well, trying to chase him down. Tom on the outside line in toward the com, trying to get it on the brakes. The Alfa Romeo, though, on the inside line. Now for the outside line, still hanging on, and Jerry holds the lead. Brilliant racing between them both. Jerry holds the lead down in towards Bruxelles. Tom there in second, Harry in third, Jensen in fourth. There's a crash further down the field. Krypton is caught up in one, and Robbie is caught up in one as well.
Yeah, Kryptonite's found his own namesake. He is right at the back now. I should mention what happened.
Harry nearly spun coming out of Jackie Hick's corner. How on earth he recovered that? Watch that one back in the stream. That was close from Harry. He could have potentially spun, didn't. Still in third. And Akila and Dan Spreen and Akila have just swapped positions as well. Everyone, by the way, set a hard compound tyres.
Nora has made 5 positions on the start. What a blazer of a start that is. In the special livery, it's probably giving him some good luck today for once.
Yeah, Ferrari coming good early on. He's on the back of Pedro as well, just flung out the dirty air, coming through Stavolo, and Dan Spreen's out of the race. Coming through Stavolo, there's a crash on the inside wall, and that is a VSC.
That is a horrible crash, right in the middle of the track. I saw it, James. That was absolutely horrible. Luckily, no one else got hit, so all's fine and dandy, but I'm not sure if this is going to be upgraded to a full course caution. But currently it's a virtual safety car, and I think it might be staying that way. And Tom is just quaking in his boots, trying to see if he can psych out Jerry on the virtual safety car a la George Russell at Paul Ricard, which we will sadly not see in 2023.
Thank goodness we won't see that in 2023. Tom's just made a mistake coming through a Rouge and Radion there. I've just witnessed that, on board with him. I hope he's not going to be in the interviews a little bit later on, because that was sketchy from Tom. I thought he was going to spin at once, but Jerry's having to stick to his Delta. Tom's sticking to his Delta as well. Still a full VSC. Dan, by the way, if he did leave the session, I think the full safety car would have potentially come out. That's another glitch that I've seen in recent days around here in Belgium. I think it's only exclusive though, to Belgium in terms of the glitch, which is really strange. I mean, we're talking about farcical stuff, to be honest, at one track compared to everyone else. Though, I think we're getting back underway as Tom right on the back of Jerry, coming down towards Puon. Green flags are out, and Jerry leads the way, but look at how they've caught Harry napping, and Namaya right on the back of Jensen. These two, Baraka and Jensen, I know they have had a championship battle in the past. Baraka, though, is, Namaya is absolutely lagging all over the place.
Desync, I hope not. but it does not look promising. Meyer is just going weaving all over the place like it's an earthquake of magnitude 10, as Lars Prema is right behind Meyer, I should mention. Also gaining 5 positions other than Noah, actually, yes, 5 are Rudy and Tim. They've made up positions, but that's to take note. Jake Marsh and Robbie had incidents at the start. Robbie is now, oh man, all that hard work went undone. But he's trying to make it back now. He's got past Jake Marsh for 17th place, and next up will be Kaya, who's standing in for a championship leader, and he is battling.
He's in the back of Aquila. Just went into the back of Aquila into the source, has a snap of oversteer, and Tim and Aquila are side by side coming down into the Rouge and Radium. Please, somebody back out this. Tim, by the way, gets that job done. It's a job done for him. And now, speaking of Tom, right on the back of Jerry in towards Lecombe, tries to go around the outside line, tries to get the job done, but Jerry holds the lead. Tom in second, Harry is all in the back of them in third. That is how much 0-0 wings can do for you around this track. As Pedro Silva's in the wall.
Yeah, Pedro Silva in the wall. He's spun, and he's now left hanging at Lecombe on his own. Right at the back he goes. From 9th to 19th he goes. And that's the last thing you want, especially early on in this race. As we go back, it is still a 3.4 tenths of a second gap between Jerry and Tom. And the same said for Tom and Harry. Jensen as well, about 6 tenths behind. He really needs to get a win tonight if he really wants to show that he is worthy of this championship challenge with an absent Rowan.
Yeah, honestly, I think Jensen just needed to get a top 3 under his belt, and I think he'll be really happy with it. Given his run of form, given his run of DNFs as well here in WOR, he won the first race of the season, by the way, in Bahrain. That was a last to first. And that was literally Imperious Jensen. And now he's there in 4th, and I've got to be honest, he is struggling to catch up to Harry. Harry must be running 0-0 wings, because there is no other opportunity that he can to get away from Jensen. Jensen should be on him literally like a flash. Harry, though, down the straight, he's got DRS this time around. 610's clear. Even in that DRS train, he's pulling away from Jensen. That's how impressive Harry is driving so far. But Jensen, I think Jensen made a mistake as well.
Yeah, he did. He did not have the greatest entry into La Source, or exit, I should say, as well. But Meyer is coming in the back of him. He's coming very close. About 3/10 DRS is now on.
Here comes Tom. Here comes Tom for the race lead. Sorry to cut you off. Jerry now on the outside line. Denzel's going round, I think, at a Rouge and Radion, but Tom now through and he's into the lead of the race. And Jerry actually goes to the up and under. Whoa. Now around the outside. Jerry around the outside. I tell you what, if he pulls this off, what a move! What a move by Jerry! Gets the job done. Into P1 he goes once again. Tom there in second, Harry in third. I've just spat all over my screen, but I do not care. Jerry leads the way. Tom in second, Harry in third. That is what you call wheel-to-wheel racing. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Formula 1.
Don't spit on your screen too much. We've got 18 more laps to do. Harry, Jerry and Tom and Jerry's battling, funnily enough, and meaning that Harry is closing up to them right now. So not only Tom and Jerry fighting, Harry standing in for Spike the dog is also in there. What is this? Is this a Hanna-Barbera cartoon or something?
I've got to be honest though, Jerry, he had no audacity to go around the outside. I'm sorry, he had no audacity to go around the outside. He had absolute commitment more than anything else to get that job done. I've witnessed really good moves this week around here in Belgium. Belgium seems to be the play track, basically, for all these drivers to get these jobs done. And that's exactly what has just been shown now with Jerry getting the race win, getting the lead of the race, I should say, not the race win just yet. Nemaya, by the way, on the back of Jensen, in towards turn number 1. Hopefully there's not desync. These two old title rivals in another league that I covered. Now potentially going to go side by side up towards the Kemmel Straight, up towards the Rouge and Radion. Jerry those away, 6/10 of a second clear of Tom in second. Jerry getting one over on Tom. I wonder where we've seen that before in cartoons. Harry, though, down the straight, catching Tom all the while. And now Nemaya on the back of Jensen. Look at the speed that Nemaya's carrying on the back of Jensen. Really desyncing though down the straight. Apologies if anybody is allergic, basically, to the action that is going on at the minute with Nemaya desyncing. But Jensen there in 4th, Nemaya there in 5th. I should say everyone affected, not what I've just said. Jensen leads the way. Jensen in 4th, Nemaya there in 5th. They hang on for position at this moment in time. But Jerry is already trying to escape up the road, and he's got a little bit less EOS than Tom, who's on around 80%.
Yeah, Nehemiah's just gone all over the place. But yes, energy crucial here. You don't want to waste too much of your battery early on because you probably won't have any left. I am guilty of using too much ERS all the too much time. But speaking of this, now the gap 7 temps. Jerry really finding his fifth gear tonight. He's really extending the gap over Tom, and Tom's struggling to close up. I think Jerry's faster on the straights here. Actually, maybe not. Maybe he's faster on the corners. What has just happened?
Rudy through on Smalley, nearly around the outside of Blanchimon. Just before Blanchimon, he got, I think, Smalley made a slight mistake. Rudy through and he's into 10. The PSGL F3 champion now in PSGL F1. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, race winner in PSGL F1 this season. He is through and he's into 10th position. Smalley there down to 11th. And Rudy now beginning to make his way through the field. And to boot, purple final sector as well.
Yes, it's all going well for him and Jerry. 6 temps. I don't think that gap's going to be closing up anytime soon as we all come round to... Or that's Radion, actually, sorry. The lots of drivers making up or losing positions. The top 5 have remained the same. Top 5 where they started, but then we've got drivers like Rudy, who's made up 9 positions. Tim's made up 8 positions. We've also got Pedro Silva, who's lost the most, the biggest loser. 10 positions he lost after that spin at Lake Holm. But it looks like we've got a long way to go. I think they'll be pitting for mediums later in the race, maybe softs if they're feeling bold and brave. But that is to be seen later. The gap now between the top 2 drivers, James, is 6 temps.
And Kaya was just one coming through Pouon. Just saw that in the background of shot. He's gone round on the inside curb, I think. Coming through Pouon. Smalley in between. I was on the back of... I was running ball with Tim on the back of Smalley. Smalley's just picked up a 3-second penalty. But Tim is all over the back of Smalley. Like a hot rash. Trying to get this job done for 12th position, of course, outside of the points at this stage. But hopefully, potentially, he's going to be getting towards that top end of the field very soon indeed. Nehemiah, once again, though, on the back of Jensen, coming through Blanchimon, looking interesting. Nehemiah, not going to send it this far back, surely on Jensen. He knows better. But I remind you, or for anybody that didn't know, these two actually made contact around here once in Belgium. They probably don't want me to mention it on the stream, but for your sake, I'm going to mention it anyways. Jensen and Baraka, who was back then in FRL, it was a league I was covering on a Tuesday night. Jensen and Baraka made contact underneath the safety car. I think it was about 6 or 7 laps from the end of the race. Yes. Both of them picked up penalties as a result. Tom, though, in the meantime, on the back of Jerry, coming out of a Rouge Rally. I don't know where this came from. Tom on the inside line, gets the job done, in towards the com, through and he's into the lead. Jerry must have had a huge mistake coming out of the source.
Any response, Jerry?
No.
No, not this time. Tom takes the lead for sure. But will he keep it clean? Will Tom not make
off track.
Mistake?
Off track in the meantime, further down the field, Krypton off track. Akila was on the back of him, and now Robbie's trying to defend to the inside line, now on the outside line. Akila defending very hard on the OP man, trying to get the job done, and Akila holds on to the position in 14. I think there was a slight bit of contact maybe between Krypton and Akila, and that's why Krypton had to force himself over the curb, but Krypton stays ahead of Akila. I think that's how it was probably going to end anyways in terms of that battle. Tom, though, leading the way. Jerry in second. Harry there in third. Jensen in fourth. All of a sudden, Jensen, because these drivers are beginning to creep in, just small mistakes, beginning to let Jensen back into play. And normally when you've got Jensen this far close to you, 6/10 of a second away, he can pounce. But, given his straight line speed, I don't think he will. Because look at that, he's losing time on the run towards Blanchimon.
Yes, the gap already 4-10. I think Jerry's got a much more stable...
Rudy around the outside of Blanchimon! Rudy around the outside of Blanchimon! Just coming to this late, I saw them side by side on the graphics. Rudy through and he's into 9th around the outside of Blanchimon. Brilliant move! Brilliant racing again. Rudy through. That's why he's PSGL F3 champion. That's why he's a PSGL F1 race winner. Rudy through and he's into 9th. Noah down to 10th. Brilliant racing once again. These drivers, honestly, taking Eagles aside, are having a brilliant race. And do you know what? I think we're going to get Jerry and Tom round 2 up the run towards Lake Holm.
Oh no, we are, and the gap is already falling. Here comes Jerry.
Oh, look at the straight line speed.
Look Look at his straight line speed. He goes round the outside. What's
Oh.
Tom's reply? Is
He makes-
gonna
oh, he
go
goes
for
deep.
reply?
He goes deep, and actually Harry goes across the track, and Jensen's through, and he's into third, coming through on the exit of Lecombe. So Jensen through, and he's into third. Harry had a mistake on the brakes, I think, and Amaya just desyncs, contacts him slightly. He's on the inside line. Got to be very careful. Namaya forced him outside line. Think there was a bit of desync again in that, but Namaya's through, and he's into fourth. Harry has lost 2 positions for the price of 1. As a result, as I say, it got that very late. It looked like to me Jensen certainly was attacking Harry. I think Harry, though, was still ahead into the corner. Don't think there was contact. Jensen, though, into third. Harry forced basically on the brakes, too late, and now Jensen is into third, Namaya into fourth, and Harry's all the way down in fifth. But big advantage for him is he's got straight line speed. Lars Kramer, though, on the back of him, is probably thinking, you know what, I'm going to take another position off you now.
Yes, indeed. The gap now at the top, 2 tenths, and Harry really starting to feel the pressure. Lars Kramer, a very well-respected driver in this community, facing off against Harry.
Oh, no! No!
My goodness me! Where did that come from?
Nah, that was silly.
It does not work at all. What was that? I'm sorry. How did you find the guts to do that? That was ridiculous. It was worth a shot, yeah, but it didn't end well. My goodness me, did this guy have some guts?
To quote old Top Gear, ambitious but rubbish, I think, in terms of that in the end.
No.
Lars is through and he's into sixth. But yeah, I love the ambition there from him, to be honest. He didn't want to give up on that move, but there's ambition, and then there's too much ambition. And for me, that was too much ambition, and now he's going to get paid for it, because here comes a rocker on the back of Lars, running down the straight. Tom once again on the back of Jerry, coming out of Lacombe, not going to get the job done. And Kaufalidis is involved in this battle for sixth as well. So Lars, as a result, potentially, yes, Harry could have given him more room, but why should he? He was on the outside line. He was the one actually attacking to get that move done. Lars, I think, just needs to settle down, get back into his rhythm. He's got pace, just needs to show it now out on track.
Just meanwhile, further back down, Denzel's fallen to the back of the pack after Kyer passes him. Denzel just having a horrible day at the office while his teammate runs ahead of Tom in the lead. Jensen now. Oh, this is getting interesting now. It's squeaky bum time for Jensen. He's got to get as close as he can to commentary.
There's a spin. Kyer.
Yellow flag. It's
Kyer
again.
And I tell you what, Logan, Rudy's on the back of Kaufalidis here, and I'm watching this battle with intent. I think Kaufalidis has got more speed. Rudy's not using up any ERS. I think I was getting a little bit too excited by cutting into this battle, because I thought Rudy was going to go maybe around the outside of the lunch one again. Yeah, I'm getting too ambitious in terms of my own commentary. Out on track as Harry is into the pit lane. Harry is into the pit lane. 13 laps on a set of mediums. It's going to be a push. Will he be able to make it, though? Going for that big undercut. Undercuts were potent around here, and these that I was doing during the week. Mediums go on. Harry first in. Wants to get out of the train. Is he going to end up in traffic, though? I think he could be side by side with Denzel coming out the pit lane here.
He could be. Well, we'll have to find out.
He's okay. I think he's behind.
Is in front of his teammate and behind Denzel. I'm sure it's going to be a matter of time before he gets the move made. Meanwhile, at the top, by the way, 3 tenths the gap now between the top 2. Nothing else to report, and any changes in the pecking order, as Noah was trying to get past Rudy, but that failed to materialise. Nothing much else, James. Back to you.
Yeah, nothing much indeed. Charlie, by the way, in the commentary section, in the comments section, saying, "Oh yes, FRL, the best league ever." It's only because I commentated there. That's why it's the best league ever. Jerry leads the way. Tom in second. Jensen there in third. No offence to any other league that might be out there and I haven't commentated on. And to be fair, in terms of my schedule, I'm fine at the minute, so don't come and ask me to commentate on any of your actions. Same with Logan. I think he's obviously busy with work, I think, during the week as well.
Yeah, I can't see much about my work, but I do work in the evening sometimes. So if I were to commentate, it would clash with my work schedule and I'd probably get fired. So work first. Paperwork first, ladies and gentlemen. I don't do this for any pay. I'm just putting it out there. Everyone knows that anyway. Just so you newcomers know. Anyway, Rudy, he might get paid big time if he pulls this off. Lars Kramer goes into the pits. Quite early.
I can see that, to be honest. Harry, by the way, has just gone around the outside of Blanchimont on Denzel on the mini-map that I've just seen, so that's him through and he's into 17. That is crucial, though. Lars Kramer is going to be in trouble. He's into his pit box now. He was behind Harry, remember, coming out of the, when Harry came into the pit lane. So Lars Kramer is going to come out, I think, behind Harry here, coming out of the pit lane. It's going to be side by side. There's Harry. And there is Lars, and he's going to be easily a second, 2 seconds down. Kalfalidis on the back of Rocker, though. And Rudy as well. Tries to get the job done. Doesn't.
In sector 1, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe Kryptonite, yes. Coming out of the pits as... Yes, it... Oh, and Kaya's out of the race. Kaya's out of the race in the pit.
Why has he done that? He's retired coming out of the pit lane. I don't want to be rude to him at all, but why has he done that? He's came in the pit lane, and then on the exit of the pit lane, he's retired the car. Don't get the logic around that.
Maybe he put the wrong tyres on.
Maybe it was no set of mediums. Set of mediums. I can see it on my mini on the left-hand side. He was on a set of mediums. He was going towards the end. Obviously, yeah. Obviously, things happen in life as well, so it might be down to that. But then again, there's pitting in your pit box. And then, obviously, your car coming out on track, but then there's retiring and coming out the pit lane when you're retiring. Doesn't stand well with me, but still. I think Jerry, Tom, potentially, are going to be coming in the pit lane. I would say next lap around. Jerry round the final corner. Tom in still through the bus stop chicane. And everyone's still continuing on, and Kalfalidis snaps to the right-hand side. He's in, Arocka's in, Noah's in, Tim's in. And Aquila and Jake Wash still continue on trying to gain places as well. Harry, by the way, in terms of that battle, Lars Kramer was only 7/10 off him. And now, all of a sudden, 2 seconds behind. That's the undercut.
Don't forget your tyres, Noah, because the Ferrari team in real life...
On. Here comes Tom again, on the back of Jerry. Sorry to cut you off again, Morgan. Look at the speed that Tom is carrying compared to Jerry. Shot out of a cannon again. Like an absolute missile down the straight, that Williams. He's through and he's into the lead. Jerry there into second. Jensen there still in third. They're still yet to come in the pit lane. Harry, just take this gap as a bit of a notice. Jake Marsh is going to go side by side. Oh, I thought he was going side by side there with Aquila. Smalley, though, is on the back of a rocker. There's the undercut. Smalley's ahead of a rocker, and he was miles behind. A rocker now having to weave his tyres. Smalley through and he's into 11. Yes, he's got a penalty, but leader gap 17.6 seconds. I think, personally, Tom is going to be in trouble for this net lead of the race. I think Harry could be in the net lead by the end of the pit stops.
Well, we'll have to find out in the coming laps, but I tell you right now, Jensen's starting to close up. He's within a second of Tom, his former teammate here in WOR PlayStation Division. This is getting spicy, but remember the pit stops are coming too. So they may be joined by extra adversaries as Robbie gets another penalty. You don't want to get these penalties here at Spa-Francorchamps. They can be very costly because we only do 22 laps, which works out the same distance, but this time, believe me, it goes absolutely nowhere.
All of them
Tom is in, Jerry's in, Jensen's in. They're all in at this rate.
Rudy's in. Aquila, but I'm now going to flick on board with Harry. I'm going to flick on board with Harry now. He's coming through the final corner at the bus stop. Tom is just about to get into his pit box now. There he is, into his pit box now. Harry, I think, is going to be ahead here. Harry's halfway down the straight. Tom, Williams' garage on the right-hand side. This is going to be close, and Smalley has just retired, I think, right at the final corner. That could be a safety car, potentially. Harry is ahead of Tom, though. Regardless, Harry is ahead of Tom. It's the net lead of the race. And look at where Lars Kramer is. He's ahead of Jerry as well. Absolute disaster for the front two. The original front two have now been outdone, but now Jerry has got the speed down the straight to get Lars Kramer. The other Williams now under pressure from the Talent Factory man. Kalfalidis and Jensen are going side by side down the Kettle Straight as well. And Lars Kramer hangs it on the inside line. What a move that is on the brakes from Lars Kramer. Gets the job done. That is 2 lap all mediums against fresh mediums. Lars Kramer through and he's into 5th. Kalfalidis as well as held on to Jensen. Think there was a slight bit of contact in towards Lecombe. And Tim now going side by side with Rudy. Down in towards Bruxelles. Round the outside of Bruxelles goes Tim on fresher tyres. Rudy, though, by this chance has got his tyres warmed up. There's contact and Rudy just leaves him completely short of room. Tim lucky to not avoid the wall. And Tim all the way round. And that, unfortunately, for Rudy, if That gets reported. That's a slam dunk penalty as well, as Jerry is all over the back of Lars.
Yeah, Jerry all right behind Lars, trying to find his weak spot, trying to find a place. Oh, he went right off there as Lars Freeman. That's going to be a warning at least. As they make their way through Blanchimont, I should mention, two drivers get to pit, Jake Marsh and Keeler.
Here comes Jerry. I think he might go for this into the bus stop chicane. Look at the speed he's carrying in through Blanchimont. Gets the slingshot. This is a move I saw earlier on in the week. Gets the job done. Lars Freeman, to be fair, just lets him out the way. Jerry through and he's into fifth. And Lars, I think, has played smart there because he is the one that's got the DRS. He moved out the way before the DRS detection zone. And that is cocky, but I like it. That is really good. And Amaya down the inside of Jensen in towards turn number 1, and they make contact again. Here in Belgium, and Amaya desinks in front of Jensen. He's into 8. Jensen there, down into 9. Noah, by the way, is out of the race. He's retired in the pit lane. I think he had a problem on that last lap. And now Jensen on the back of Amaya. For them to make contact again, down in towards the Kemmel straight, down in towards the Com. Jensen, though, I think is going to get this on the speed alone. The Aston Martin in front is lagging all over the place. Jensen to the inside line. Doesn't get the job done. And Jake Marsh has spun out the lead.
Jake Marsh has spun. Yeah, Jake Marsh has spun. He's
oh, no.
And what's happened?
Was it desync going on there between Jerry and Jake Marsh? Looked like it.
Dear.
Jake is keeping out the way. Oh, and he's going to rejoin on track. Luckily, he's going to get out of the way of everyone. Fair play to him. Fair play. Obviously, I think he had a spin. Then he rejoined track. And now he's down in 11th, and he's out of everyone's way, which I really respect that. Really good racing.
Yeah. Like to see good sportsmanship there from Jake. He did cut the corner, but of course he was doing that to avoid collision, and obviously he was slowing down, so he never gained anything at all. So fair play to Jake Marsh. You like to see some sportsmanship in a very heated environment, as we now have just one adversary for these net leaders to contest with. That would be Aquila. Harry still in the net lead, but the gap is now only 7/10. 8 laps to go when we cross the line next, and Aquila is still staying out. So it's very interesting. I think he's going to go on the soft tyres. What has just happened?
Tokyo drift from Harry in towards the bus stop chicane. Just about got away with it. Tom is within 7/10 of a second. Knowing with Tom's godly straight line speed, I think he is probably going to be on the back of Harry, down in towards Lecom. But I think he might be too far away. Jake Marsh, by the way, is in the pit lane. Going to go, I think, set of mediums, I would imagine, or he's going to retire. No, set of softs, in fact, for Jake Marsh. Fair play to him. Going on set of softs. Aquila also going set of softs. He, I think, is going to be wanting another safety car. Kaufralides against Namaya, though, in the meantime. The Aston Martin, the Spaniard against the Greek. The Battle of the Mediterraneans, and Neymar's through and he's into 6th. Kaufralides into 7th. I've just realised that Greece is not in the Mediterranean, by the way. And Namaya's through and he's into 6th. Kaufralides into 7th.
I thought it was in the Mediterranean. Oh, Israel. Yeah, Israel's...
Israel's not in the Mediterranean. That's in the Far East, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. We've just gone geography mad now.
Anyway, moving on. He's 6 now for Nemaya, despite the desync, and he's 1.3 seconds behind Lars, who hasn't got DRS range in Jerry. But look at Jerry, really chasing down Tom. It's going to be a three-way battle for the lead, and if they keep fighting, it could even expand to further down.
Jerry, so far, has got the pace over Tom. At this stage, at least. He's on the same strategy, but I think he's kept his tyres a little bit warmer into play. He's used up, I think, a bit more EOS than him. Yeah, he's used up, in fact. Tom has got nearly triple the amount of EOS compared to Jerry. Tom is sitting back, resting on his laurels, I think, so far. Aquila, I'd assume, is going to come in the pit lane now. No, he continues on. So Aquila still continuing on. He has not been in the pit lane this lap, and not at all throughout the race. So he's still got to pit in. Otherwise, he'll get disqualified, of course. Aquila, though, leading the way. Harry in 2nd, Tom in 3rd. And then Jerry there in 4th position. Harry made a mistake, didn't he?
Yeah, he's made a mistake. The gap's 3/10 now. And they've got an uninvited guest, the party of Aquila, up ahead.
Oh, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, though. Jerry, where's he coming from, James?
No, not going to happen. Tom's not using up any ERS. He's closing in, but he's not going to get the job done. Jensen and Kaufralides, though, are going side by side, and the McLaren on the inside line of the Ferrari, but Jensen through and he's into 7th. Where on earth is Jensen gone in terms of his pit stop as well? Jerry, by the way, down the inside of Tom and towards Bruxelles, makes a slight mistake. Harry got put off there, I think, by Tom trying to go down the inside of him, and now Jerry's around the outside and towards X corner, trying to go all the way around the outside. I think they've got Denzo just in front of them as well, potentially. No, sorry, Tequila out in front, now side by side, down and towards Puon, and Jerry goes for the switchback coming out of Puon, doesn't get the move done, runs right into the back. I wouldn't be surprised if there's right side end plate damage now on the car. Tom is parking the bus, and all of this is letting the FDR man, the Red Bull of Harry, get away, and now he's going to be on the back of the sister car, and he could potentially be out of DRS range.
This is not what Tom wants. Tom wants to get as close to Harry as possible, and Aquila isn't being an adversary at all to Harry, who is, despite being 9 tenths ahead, I'm surprised he hasn't moved out of the way. The worst thing now for Tom would be if Aquila pits now, and he's come in, and this is no good news for Tom, so he ain't going to hold Harry up. Fair play to Aquila, by the way, for not holding up this incredible battle already. This is just, it's like watching the real British Grand Prix from this year. As Aquila is going to fall in the order, I think he's going to be on softs. Yes, he's on softs. Very clearly implied there on the screen. But here we go again, Jerry once again, 3 tenths behind Tom. Tom is in DRS range. What's the result of this going to be?
No moves. Not at all. Jerry has got straight line speed. He needs to now save that battery and lift and coast as well, because he is running very, very low on fuel. He's got the red fuel light on. That indicates he needs to lift and coast.
Dear.
And if that is the case, Lars Kramer all of a sudden is going to be into play here. He is going to be 9 tenths down in towards Bruxelles. That gap potentially could shrink to maybe 5, 6, 7 tenths per second towards the end of the lap. Lars is gaining. He is gaining now. He's got 14% of VRS. Jerry is in trouble. He has got to lift and coast now at parts of the track. And when you lift and coast, you lose the speed. And when you lift and coast, you may lose the position as well. In Lars' case there, who's trying to chase him down. Obviously in 4th position. Aquila, by the way, came out the pit lane in 12th. He's still got chances potentially of a top 10. Denzel, by the way, is in the pit lane. He's in his own private old world, I think, on the other side of the track. There's penalties, by the way, in this race as well. Robbie 6 seconds, Krypton and Aquila 3. Tim on 6, and then Jake Marsh on 6. Now, I was going to say he was on 3, but he's now on 6. And Tom once again on the back of Harry. I think, to be honest, Tom is just sitting and waiting to make... It's like a game of chess. He wants to try and make the first move, but he wants to keep his hand right to the final lap, and I think that's what Tom's tactics are.
Yeah, this is what Formula 1 is. A big old game of chess at 300 kilometers per hour. Look how close they are now. This is anyone's game at this rate. One slip up, and it could cause
Do you know what?
Game over. What?
I'm just going to take that back. I might just take that back, because Tom is going to be on the back of Harry down the Kemmel Straight, and he's going to get the job done in towards the com, because Tom now on the back. I hope he's going to use ERS down the straight. I don't think he might even need it. Look at the straight line speed. 0-0 wings. What? Williams around the outside. There goes the Red Bull to the inside. But Thomas Thune, he's into the lead of the race. Clean sailing around the outside. Beautiful stuff. And Namiya's just got Lars Kramer as well. Where's that pace come from? From Namiya. And Lars Kramer spun. Lars Kramer spins and drops it. And Harry and Jerry's in the wall. And it's a safety car. It's a safety car. What happened with Harry and Jerry?
James, they were collided at the same... I'm actually going to record it on my...
I didn't catch it on the stream, so you better off.
They collided at the last curve of Lake Holm.
Oh no!
The last part of Lake Holm. They're both out of the race. That means Tom's on his own. It's a safety car. What is happening?
Absolutely scenes here in Belgium. I didn't see that, to be honest. I thought they were clear. I saw them at a 10th and a half, and I thought, are they going to be okay? And then all of a sudden, is they're in the wall, and then Lars, who I was covering, spun coming through Lake Holm as well. So Lars had spun. He lost positions. He's been saved by the safety car. What do drivers do now? Do they stay out, mediums, or do they go in, all sort of soft compound size, and then we've got basically a 3-lap sprint to the end of the race? I think that's what they might do, but I don't know. It all depends on Tom. Tom's no. Is anybody going to come in? No, I think they're going to stay out. I think they will. What's Kramer in though? Well,
yeah, let's go in. It's a game
Robbie's
of
in.
bluff now, James.
Yeah, Robbie's in, Krypton's in. I don't blame them. They're halfway down the field. I don't blame them for coming in. Akila, though, gains three free positions as a result. He's going to be now up to 7th on that fresh set of soft compound tyres. What could he do in the final couple of laps?
I'm very surprised. I'm disappointed you didn't catch that crash. I couldn't believe it happened. I will show you the crash later, but my word, that it was a huge crash. The two drivers collided, they tangled together at the last corner of Lake Com, and the result crashed into the crash barrier that was just about to approach the safety car. Not this one or this one. This one coming, yes, this curve here, and that knocked both drivers out and cost them a possible 25 points, and Harry's probably going to get 2 investigations now.
Might be 3. Might be 3 investigations, because, was it safety car restart as well? Was one?
Oh yes, that as well.
I'm going to look in the chat, by the way, in WOR. I'm going to see... Jerry, okay. Right, Jerry has put in the chat, in the WOR chat on Discord. Nice job, guys. That's how you drive fair. Harry, great internet connections. So maybe, going back to that problem of internet, I'm just going to say it as a wider problem. Have we got potentially desync in the lobby? And if we have we just realised it too little too late?
Yeah, I think we've got desync, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry, guys.
We're okay at the minute. It's just Namaya I think it's affecting, but my immediate thought is, if it's somebody's internet, then there's possibly desync in the lobby, and it could be being caused by Namaya, potentially the Spaniard. I don't know, but that's just me thinking out loud, I think. Oh.
Well, we've got half the grid on mediums, we've got half the grid on softs, and the only driver that's not in the top 7 is of the medium drivers is Denzo. And the only driver in the top 7 is Akila. Oh, Noah's left the set. Oh, he's not in. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's out of the race.
Noah left the session. He's out of the race. We got fed up this race. We are going to get another lap. We're going to have 2 laps of racing to the checkered flag once this safety car comes in. So Denzel better move on. He's right at the back. But my goodness me, we saw some late drama. A podium battle, actually the lead battle between Harry and Jerry. Well, Tom was in the lead, but still it was a battle for the top places, ending in disaster. And Tom on his own, but he's got Namaya, who's had some horrible issues with his connection tonight, in contention for victory tonight. Will only be the 4th driver to win this season, with Rowan winning one of them, Ace winning another, and oh no,
Denzel's in the pit lane, have you just realised?
my game has crashed.
Oh dear. I'm still fine on my end at the minute, so
Invite quick.
Invite quick? I could go final 2 laps for myself. There's only 2 laps of the race left to go.
No, I want to see it as well.
I'll try and invite you in. You might have to restart your game, potentially. Hang on, I'll try and get you in. People can now see, by the way, that I'm inviting just through here. That's Smalley, don't want to invite him. There you go, there you are. And people have just seen a live invite just being given through OBS. But what I can say at this moment in time is Tom leading the way, Namaya in 2nd, Jensen there in 3rd. Denzel, by the way, came back into the pit lane. You have managed to join, which is good, but still under the safety car at this moment in time. So obviously we are going to get back to racing action very soon indeed. Gotta say though, looking at, certainly in this middle and final sector, I'm experiencing just intermittent frame drops perhaps, in terms of the lobby as well. So spectator cam, obviously there. Tom, by the way, interestingly, going into neutral gear, coming through the Fania chicane. And I think that is only to waste away fuel. He's got his red fuel light on. Safety car's now coming in this lap. And Tom wants as little fuel as possible underneath the safety car restart. Because he knows those soft runners, if they get going, Lars especially, I'm thinking P8, he gets going, he will be on the back very soon. Tom though leads the way. Namaya in 2nd, Jensen 3rd. Safety car restart about to go on for the final 2 laps of this race. And I'll just say my catchphrase now. Welcome to the Wacky Races.
that got cancelled years ago for something rubbish like reality television. Anyway, this is it. The very crucial moment. The crucial.
Oh, Tom's gone. Tom's gone already. Coming through Blanchimon. He's absolutely flown out of Blanchimon, caught them all napping, and Rudy is the one on the back of Carafalides. Carafalides is the one that has slept off the start. The McLaren there in fourth is now under pressure from Rudy, who's there in fifth, and Tom leads the way 7/10 of a second across the line. Nemaya there in second, Jensen there in third, Carafalides in fourth, Rudy in fifth. It's a clean restart by all. Tom leads the way, Nemaya in second, Nemaya all under pressure, and I think he made a mistake actually coming out of turn number one, and now this is Jensen's chance. Jensen, redemption day, potentially here in Belgium. His championship potentially starts here, and that is a mistake from Nemaya, as here comes Jensen on the back, the championship winner of season 12. The Ferrari now on the back of the Aston Martin, gonna have to go around the hard way, around the outside, the Ferrari and the Aston Martin, side by side. Nemaya hangs on, Jensen tried as he must. Lars Kramer in the meantime, though, gets the job done around the outside and towards Lecom, and Robbie makes contact slightly with Aquila. That's okay, though, he's still going in the race, no contact made. And Robbie, in fact, has got damage. He's now dropping to the back of the field. He is frustrated. He's got right side end plate damage, I think, on the car. And that's why he's down at the back of the field. Once again, everyone out of the way. And Lars Kramer down into 7th position. Tom, though, escaping up the road. And I think he's escaped to victory.
Oh, don't count your chickens yet, James. He still has to get around clean, no penalties. And he will be home safe and dry for 25 points to his championship tally. He hasn't competed all season until tonight, and he could be getting 25 points on the board straight away. But Nemaya trying to spoil the party, but it's not working. Jensen also drifting off, as well as Carafulidis. I think they...
Oh, Lars Kramer. Lars to the inside on a rocker, coming through Blanchimon. They're going to go side by side through Blanchimon. Lars forced him out in this contact, and that was never going to work. That was never going to work, and I'll just call it now. Lars doing Lars things, spinning coming through Blanchimon. That's unfortunate. Pedro's just lost the position as well. So Jake Marsh, in fact, has gone too deep, I think, into the final corner. But that was just silly. Side by side into Blanchimon. We've seen it around the outside. Down on the inside line, it's very difficult. Lars will blame a... Yeah, Jensen closing up on the back of Nemaya, but I'll just finish the point there. Lars will blame Arocca. Arocca will blame Lars. From a commentator's perspective, I saw that, and it was Lars' fault. From me, anyways.
Yeah, and now Jensen doesn't seem like he's going to get anywhere near Nemaya. I think this top order may be set, unless there is a last...
Oh, and Aquila!
Scare!
Aquila trying to get the tequila out, potentially going to wet this move for P7. Don't know what I'm saying, to be honest, in terms of that, but Aquila is now going around the outside and towards Bruxelles. The Hatsman on the inside line of Rocker holds on to position, and now in behind, Tim through on Krypton, who runs out wide, and Tim's through and he's into 8th. Watch out for him in this latter stage of this race, but he's not going to win, obviously. Tom, coming through Pouon for the final time, leads the way. Nemaya in second, Jensen there in third. All action now further down the field with a Rocker under pressure from Aquila and Tim.
I've still not got a penalty yet. He's keeping it clean. I think it'll be okay. What is this battle in the midfield? They've all got penalties.
Oh, and Aquila makes a mistake.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Coming through Campos, it's okay. Tim on the back of Aquila, 2/10 of a second and behind. Gonna have to cut to the leader though and avoid that battle for now. They are gonna go side by side. I'm sure Krypton's gonna be involved in that as well. But Tom in towards the final corner at the bus stop. He has had to do this the hard way, I've got to be honest, for the Shazoo man. Round the final corner, on the run to the line. Tom is a WOR PSF1 winner. He takes the win here in Belgium in the feature. Nemaya there in second. Jensen on the podium in third. His season starts now. Carafalides in fourth. Rudy there in fifth. Pedro Silva is 6th on debut. Brilliant race from the GTZ man. Result of no penalties. And that is why he finishes in 6th. And do you know what? I think he might just get driver of the day. And what about the in-game fans here as well? Oh, it's Rudy. Terrible. It's Rudy that gets driver of the day. Not that I've got anything against Rudy. Should have been Pedro, I think, in terms of that performance, finishing in P6. And we are done here in Belgium. Fantastic racing for the most part from everyone. Belgium always delivers in terms of the action. And it is Shazoo Tom to the top step of the podium. And in the end, Logan, he had to do it the hard way. But I think, in actual fact, I predicted it from around lap 4. Had the pace, had the strength. Jerry and Harry obviously helped him in terms of that collision. And he now dances his way onto the top step of the podium.
Yes, indeed. So, welcome back to the top step for Tom here in WOR. He is your winner tonight. The W on the back of his shirt says it all. He's got his W tonight.
Yeah, really impressive drive, I think, from Tom. Obviously handled the pressure from Jerry at various stages in the sprint and in the feature race as well. I would have loved to see Harry and Jerry, if they didn't make contact, them three going at it for the race lead at the end, I think would have been absolutely brilliant to watch. But obviously robbed, as always, by instance out on track. And I'm sure they will look back at that and think, you know what, we could have easily avoided that. Shouldn't have gone for the move there. And that's why he's right down at the back of the field there. But Tom takes the race win from the Meyer there in second. Jensen is there in third. Carafalidis in fourth. Rudy in fifth. Pedro Silva in sixth. Rocker there in seventh. Krypton and Nate Tequila in ninth. And then Denzo rounding off the top 10 with Tim in 11th. Jake Bosch there in 12th. Robbie in 13th. Lars Kramer down there in 14th, but he obviously crashed out or retired from the race. 14, did crash out, I think, at the race in the end, down in 14th. Harry, Jerry, what they could have been like, down in 15th and 16th. Noah, Smalley, Kaya, and Dan Screen, all DNFing right down the back of the field as well. We have been joined as well by some very special guests in the commentary box. And we can now speak, of course, to the man who finished in P1, and it is Shazoo Tom. And Tom, I was just saying there at the back end of what I was just saying there, you had to do it, I think, the hard way. Jerry gave you absolute pressure in the sprint race and in the feature. Talk us through that, because in the end, I think you deserved the win.
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a hard race to manage until obviously the end. But the sprint race, I'll start with that. Like, I was too nervous at the start of like losing to like spinning or something, because like it's so much more important to like not go to the back in the sprint, because then your whole like weekend's ruined. And like, so I just was dead cautious, which meant Jerry got past, and then Jerry used all his battery, I think, and I was quite preservative. But then the safety car came out and sort of neutralised it, and also wasted like 2 or 3 laps of our like racing. So there's not much I could do there. I got past Harry when I could, and then Jerry was too far ahead. And then in the main race, it was just like swapping positions, and then I got past before the pits, and then got out the pits, got past Harry. I don't know. It looked from behind that there was just an incident. That's all I'll say. I think it was Jerry's fault, but I'm not obviously saying. And then the safety car, which, well, I got a nice restart, and I'd say I deserved it, but any three of us could have won. It's just unfortunate that Harry got caught up in the incident, and Jerry as well. Could have been a good race. Good finish.
Yeah, I said it. I would have loved to see you three battle, because I think you three were miles ahead. No offense to Jensen, I know was in the lobby here in the chat here as well. But I think you three had the pace over everyone else out there out on track. It was really good to see, obviously, in the feature race, you three battling. Your first race here, you've got a real knack, I think, of coming into leagues. First race of the season, and you take the race win, or first race of your season, you take the race win here in round 6. Got to be happy, though, with the results in the feature.
Yeah, I am happy. I've been racing in a different league, which got postponed tonight, so I finally got to come here and race, which I was planning on doing anyway. Like, in a couple of weeks, I'll probably be asking for a full-time seat for the rest of the season, but that depends on availability, obviously, of a seat. But yeah, happy to come back with a strong performance. Hopefully then points go down, and maybe I can have a late surge to, like, I don't know how far ahead everyone is, but I think there's quite a lot of rounds left, so maybe I can get up to the top 3 or top 5.
Yeah, looking at the races that we've got left, I think we've still got, 8 races left in the season coming into next week, of course, in Canada. Obviously, I think you're going to be back in your other league that obviously you're in on Fridays, but exclusive there, obviously you want to rejoin WOR. I'd be very happy, obviously, to welcome you back. It's not my decision, though, unfortunately, to welcome you back into WOR, but looking ahead to the rest of the season, is there a particular race that you're targeting actually potentially to join the league? And if so, where is that race so people can obviously put you on their tracker?
Well, next week's my this is like a championship finale next week. So what date is it? It's Belgium, now Canada, then Italy maybe. I think I'll be back. I'm not too sure. I think the calendar might have changed, so I'm not certain. Maybe the Italian Grand Prix. If that's not next week, then just whatever's in like 2 weeks' time. Hopefully, I'll be back. But yeah, I think I don't think I've won before in WOR Tier 1 anyway. I actually don't think. I think I've bottled it every time. So yeah, I'm happy if that was my first win. Then
It's not Logan. I think I'm the good luck charm here, unfortunately, Logan, if he's still here in the chat.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been listening to everything you said. Yeah.
Any
Well
questions?
done once again, Tom. I must say, I was not expecting that Harry and Jerry clash, and it was a real shame because we really were enjoying this box set of Tom and Jerry. It was amazing. And then Harry came in. Harry Potter, maybe not Harry Potter, but Harry decided to come in and cast Expelliarmus on Jerry, and unfortunately, that was sorry.
Worse than mine.
That's what she wrote. Yeah, I know.
I'm cringing, mate.
I accept the Tom and Jerry reference, but no, that was a bit.
Sorry, that was rubbish. I know.
Yeah, he's trying to learn from the best pun master, I think, in the commentary box here, and yeah, I think that maybe has gone down as a sore thumb potentially, that one. But yeah, Tom.
Oh, no.
Tom, though, go and enjoy your evening because I think you damn well deserve a rest after that race.
Yeah.
Go and enjoy your evening.
Yeah, and Southgate out.
Yeah,
what happened? What happened in the Nations League?
They lost 1-0.
I actually had my phone like on the side. I was watching the game whilst driving, and I saw that Italy scored, and I was just depressed. So
yeah, they lost 1-0 to Italy. England have been relegated from their group. They're in League B next season. Can you believe that? And Scotland, mind you, Scotland could be in League A. That I cannot believe that's going to happen. I cannot have that. I want Scotland versus England. A draw wasn't enough.
If that happens, I'll burn my England shirt and obviously get a new one when we go back up from Nations League 2.
Get a Scotland one.
Get a Scotland one. You could see me wearing a Scotland one if the obviously the World Cup is a little bit later on in the year, so you might see me wearing one on stream perhaps when those races obviously come around towards the end of the season. I'm waffling on. We can speak now to Jensen, of course, who finished in P3, and I said in commentary there, Jensen, I think redemption is probably the best word I can use. P3 tonight, a string of DNFs now out the way. You are back now in second in the championship. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's good to get a good result after, I think, 2 wins, basically, lost from my fingers from some stupid instant or safety car restart. But yeah, it wasn't easy. With quali, it was like P10, where I should have been P4 really, but I was only a millimetre off at one of the corners and of course invalidated me. So it wasn't made very easy. I thought I'd not get like far up in the sprint, but somehow managed to get up to P4, which was really good. But yeah, I think hopefully get P2. There was a questionable move into turn 1 by Nehemiah, where he literally just sent and just barged me out of the way, or what do you call it, Nico Rosberg kind of dive, where he just doesn't turn the corner, and yeah, I didn't feel that was fair, and I mean, I wouldn't have reported it if he let me back through, but that's the situation. So in the end, I mean, P3 or P2, whatever, it's good points to get back close to Rowan, but of course, I've definitely lost. I've probably lost more points this season than I've actually have points. So it's been a bit of a rocky season, but yeah, we'll see what happens the next few races.
Yeah, it's been a rough few weeks, obviously, for you. I know Silverstone, I think probably the lowest of the low last week, obviously spinning out, I think, with the lead of the race, then spinning it again. Don't really want to remind people because I know you're probably absolutely hating me for mentioning this right now. But P3 tonight, that must fill you with a lot of confidence now going forward in WOR.
Yeah, and I don't hate you at all because it's good to remind people about their mistakes because you learn from them.
Yep.
And I think, overall, I think it's just been me losing my head in the races that's caused that. And I mean, of course, Silverstone was horrible because I speeding penalty and trying to bridge the gap, and then when I lost one bit, then it all just fell apart. And yeah, in the end, I could have just salvaged the podium if I wanted to, but I didn't. I just tried to win, and that's what mentality I have. I've more of a winning mentality in this game than just consistently scoring points. So yeah, sometimes you've got to change it up a little bit, and I think it's worked today. So not too bad.
Yeah, definitely. So I think honestly, what Jensen speaks there obviously is his own mental struggles. I think in terms of getting that performance, it's the will to win. But sometimes, and I speak this for everyone here in WR and in any league that's going, you've got to lose to win. It's as simple as that. It's an actual known fact that you've got to lose to win, and you become a better person for it. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you're one of those people like Jensen, don't be so hard on yourself. You've got to lose to win. Always remember that. Always remember my words here on the 23rd of September 2022, which will go down in the history books, I'm sure, one day. But yeah, just don't be so hard on yourself. People, I think, want to be the best of themselves. Sometimes you have to be the worst of yourself to become the best. Simple as that. As that, Logan, I'm going to come across to you. Any questions? If he's here.
Love the inspirational speech there, James.
Yes, I agree. Sorry, I accidentally went on mute. I was just going to say, yes, the Harry and Jerry incident, that pretty much turned the battle for the podium on its head. And in front of you is Nemaya with desync. That was a interesting thing to watch, you know.
I don't
we all
think he had
hate
desync, to be honest. I think he was just lagging.
Probably me
That was
then.
pretty much it.
Probably
So
me.
he admitted his mistake to me, which is fair enough.
That's good. That's
So
good.
I know it wasn't desync, it was just a misjudged move. Like, there's no hard feelings against him. He knows what he did wrong. He's not, like, dirty about it. It's just, yeah. But it's just how I feel in the end for that kind of stuff. But yeah, got a little lucky at the end with Harry and Jerry. It's a bit unfortunate because Harry was absolutely, like, doing bits that race. And deserved the win or podium. Maybe a little bit too early on the pit, but he did do really well.
Well, you're now up to 60 points, just behind the Meyer, who's now on 64 with his third consecutive second place finish.
65 actually, because the sprint.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I do apologize. I completely forget it's a sprint. I don't know why. Just still blown away by that finish there. I was with everything happening. I do apologize. Yes, thank you for correcting me, James.
I didn't correct him. Jensen was the one that corrected you, I'm afraid.
Jensen, sorry. I thought I just got confused with all this.
It's the J's. There's too many J's in this chat, unfortunately. There's too many 2J's to handle, I think. But go on.
It's a good thing I'm a reserve this season.
It is. Commentless, I think, will be back, of course, next week after recovering potentially from COVID. Hopefully, he'll be back, I say, next week.
True.
Canada next week, Jensen. How do you think you're going to get on around there? Because I know from experience you've been good around there in the past.
Yeah, I've had fun races around Canada. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Hopefully. I haven't driven Canada. It's one of the tracks, I think, alongside Singapore, I haven't driven on this game. And Baku. And Monaco as well. Those 4 tracks I've not driven on this game. Those are the ones from like release anyway. But yeah, there's going to be a few Canada rounds coming up actually in some of my leagues, so I should hopefully get some practice races or laps in at least beforehand. So that would be good. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely so. And obviously, no pressure because you are on the graphics for WOR this season, I've got to say as well. So there's added the pressure to obviously deliver in front of your adoring fans, I am sure. Go and enjoy evening though, Jensen.
Thank you. And cheers for the commentary as well, as always.
You are very welcome indeed. Wouldn't think I had a sore throat coming into
Thank
tonight.
you.
That was very exciting though. In terms of the racing, as we alluded to there, Canada coming next week, Logan. What can we expect from the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve? I've had good races around there. I've had bad races around there. Hopefully, we're going to get somewhere in between.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm here next week.
I'm just asking because Canada, you've commentated around before though.
Yes, Canada, very amazing track, a legendary track. It's been around since the 1970s, I believe. It's actually technically a street track. It's on a man-made island. Lots of action to be had down the Casino Strait, the Wall of Champions, and everything in between that too. You got a lot of things to be had, and could strike up some surprise winners like Tom Martinez that one time in Tier 1 of PC, of course, defeating the likes of Jake Benham, who is, of course, one of our greatest drivers we've ever had. It can really spark up some surprises. So watch this space next week. You could see a new winner this season.
Yeah, watch this space next week indeed. Big thank you, by the way, to every single one of you. And know quite a few of you might have tuned in from the Legacy division that was going on a little bit earlier on. I think we've got back up there in terms of the viewers as well this week, which is really good. That's the effect that Logan has on me, and obviously has the effect on everyone else in the chat. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Don't back yourself. Just get the fans while you need it. Get the fans while you need it. Simple as that. Looking through the rest of the calendar as well. Italy coming up on the 7th of October, and then we've got Spain on the 14th, Abu Dhabi on the 21st. That's the third and final sprint race of the season. And then we've got Singapore, and then we've got Japan. After that, we've got break week, and then it's Mexico, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia. Who would have thought it? Ending us off in Jeddah. Apologies if we just lost a little bit of connection there. But Japan, Mexico, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, last 4 races of the season. Ending up at the fish, which I like to call Saudi Arabia, which just looks like a fish, to be honest. Big thank you, though, to Mr. Go on.
Sorry. It looks like... It looks like a spoon that's been bent 6 times.
Bent 6 times and formed 27 corners. Don't know how you can get that out of a Formula 1 circuit, but it just is. It just is. Big thank you, though, to Mr. Otaku Logan for joining me, of course, in the commentary box tonight. You are very welcome indeed. And hopefully, as I say, Aidan Carter, Mr. Carmentalist, will be back alongside me next week. Fortunately, COVID got the better of him. I know he was a little bit ill last week with his voice. Sadly, COVID taking his toll. He will be back, I'm sure, next week, and I'm sure he will be back to his fabulous best, and maybe even wearing the lucky bucket hat as well that he graced us with his presence last week as well. And a big thank you, of course, to Jensen and to Tom for joining the interviews as always. Big, massive appreciation to all of our drivers who, big thank you, of course, to all of our drivers who appreciate taking a bit of their time out of their lives to obviously give us a bit of analysis as well on that race. We are going to end off the stream then, but a final word, of course, from our sponsors of Grid Finder. Really hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, tick that notification bell, of course, if you're brand new. And then we'll be back, of course, next week in Canada, round number 7 of the championship. God, I hope it's as good as Belgium. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.